did both of those. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't static, that was Velcro. I apologize if that came through. Probably did. Alright, let me have to fix one more thing. That might be in the right spot. We're gonna have to load in first and see if I have that in the correct location. I may not. So it's a Wednesday, guys. How's everybody? Hope everybody's doing alright. Alright, so we're a little off. About there, I think. Good enough. Okay. Alright, so we're on the monk to kick things off. And she hasn't gotten a whole lot of stuff this level, but she did get a few things. We've gotten a True Flight Fletching and a set of trophy antlers over here. Odd thing with the True Flight Fletching. Now, this is not the first time I've noticed this. I don't know if it's my level or what. But the past couple of times I've looted this, it hasn't put that 5-minute buff on me. I don't know if they removed it stealthily or not. It's possible they did, but do make sure you are still checking to see if a 5-minute buff shows up when you loot that. Just to be on the safe side, because the buff's not allowed. She did pick up one green so far that she can't use, and she picked up one green that she can use, so she's got a different hat on. She has a hood, so she hasn't had the chance to go back and retransmog that, because I probably won't be doing that for a while. I probably won't go back and do that until she either gets a bit higher in level, or if she needs to run to auction house, or if more of her gear goes missing and looks terribly, terribly bad. So we'll see what happens there. And I do apologize if I'm a little extra nasally, I'm a little extra snotty. The allergies this time of year is super, super hard on the husband and myself. They're in the middle of cutting hay. They're it's the season change pollen and ragweed, and I apparently do not get along very well, and it is growing in a huge ass jungle, well over my height in the backyard. And it's been too hot to get out there to do anything with, and if I touch it, then I'm gonna feel even worse. So I'm like, I'm probably just gonna have to tough it out. If I take any Benadryl though, I'm gonna be on my ass, so I and not in a good way. So I can't really take anything for it and expect to function. Even like the children's version, it knocks me for a loop. But we're gonna start off with the Bloodthirsty Monk. So this is Soulfist. She's been around for a hot minute. They all have, except for the Mage, really. We're trying to get her going, so to speak. I feel like I'm lagging. What is happening? We are actually a little bit. I don't know why. That's a little high for me. Excuse me. I'm usually around 30. I mean, 50 is definitely playable. It's just noticeable. But, you know, the BFA zones, and especially Tier Guard, can sometimes be a little weird with server side lag. Maybe I'm not really lagging. Maybe it just felt like I was. But it feels like there's a bit of a delay on Blackout Kick there. I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Ugh. So I hope everybody's Wednesday is going well. I hope your work week has not been too terrible. See, a Blackout Kick's lagging behind, and I don't know what that's about. That's a little strange. I don't have anything else running. I have WoW and OBS. So it's a little strange. Sorry, we're gonna add the I'm Snuffly to that list as well today, so apologies. Alright, we'll just go ahead and Touch of Death that. Alright. At least we're not lagging when we go to loot. And not every spell seems to be lagging, which is a little bizarre. I didn't think they had touched monks today. I mean, I guess it's possible. Weird. Alright. So we've got 4 to work on today. We've got this one. And we've got the Holy Priest, the Mage, and the Rogue. And, we're not going to take the Holy Priest through the mall. We're gonna sit her for a little bit. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, but why? There's a reason. I need her to not go through the mall. Because I need her at 50 to test the mall skip when that goes live. I don't know if they've released a date for 9.1.5. However, I do want her available for that because nobody else is going to be even close to hitting 50 anytime soon. Now you do get the quest to go in at 48, but even so, I think this one's my next highest character, and she's in her 30s, and we kind of need to test that sooner than later. A couple people on the mod team have tested out already on PTR, and it looks good. But what happens on PTR isn't always necessarily what happens on live. So that's going to be something we're going to have to kind of wait and see what happens when it does come to live. So I'm going to try it with the trial class and see what quest counts are looking like. And then going to, if that looks okay, then I'll go ahead and throw the Holy Priest at it, see what happens. Cross my fingers and hope nothing goes south on that. But, I mean, she is a duplicate class. We already do have a priest to max level, so it's not quite the end of the world. I wish that would stop being quite so weird. We seem to be holding in the 50s, so I wonder if it's just the server they've got me sitting on. I probably also need to update my add-ons. It's probably been forever since I've done that. Not always the best at updating my add-ons. I'm not running with that many. I'm running with Combustor, Rarity, and Healbot. And honestly, I could probably drop Rarity. I do have handy notes somewhere in there for the like treasure chests for the iron, but and I think I had downloaded the camel thingy, but I'm pretty sure I've got that deactivated right now. Because I was only going after that on my main, and I really haven't been doing much of anything on my main. We did find a newer quest that's coming up account-wide for Bloodthirsties. We'll deal with it when we can. But we really need someone on the code team to go in and adjust the code. So really watch the amount of quests that you're doing on your bloods, because you only get those 4. And until we can get this one dealt with, it's going to show up as not allowed. So it's going to take one of your 4 away. And then you've got that one daily in the mall. At least until the skip comes in. I'm not sure if the skip is still giving you the quest credit for that daily or not. That's something else that we'll have to look at. I hope it doesn't. Oh, hey, we got another pair of trophy antlers. I'm hoping that it's just something specific to the mall and not specific to the level. Which is entirely possible. But, you know, we'll see. We won't know until we get there. Oh, I have to do things and stuff after we're done here. Shit. I kind of forgot. Oh my goodness. See, you know, I put... We take a week off on the show, and then... I set things to schedule, and then I completely forget that I don't have stuff scheduled anymore. Forgot to do the stuff in Discord because I had it scheduled in the other places. I'm a fucking hot mess lately. So I have to remember I have to do things and stuff when I get done here. Well, there was a little bit of lag on the looting. We're sitting at 53 on both of them.
Too far away.
For all I know, our neighbor's watching Netflix. I mean, I would hope not, but... actually amazed that our Wi-Fi reaches her house. It used to, when we were on the other internet, there would be times where, she's on an extremely fixed income, where we would let her, use our internet from time to time, and, she just realized, like, a month ago that she hadn't had internet access for, like, almost 5-6 months. And we're like, yeah, we changed the provider, you didn't say anything, so we didn't think you were still using it. Like, we got a new router, we kind of went the whole 9 yards. We had to get a new router because, the new company didn't provide a router, it's just the modem piece, I believe.
I need to get closer.
So. But she gives us money towards the bill, so that's fine. We're like, okay, whatever. Whatever you gotta do, right? And she talked to us about it ahead of time, so it's not like we don't know. Are you actually gonna come here, or are you just gonna stand there all day? 'Cause... Oh, your NPCs are doing a fine job of tanking you, that's for sure. Come on, buddy. Alright. Oh, I didn't loot. Can't be having that. That's how we're gonna make our money. I know a lot of people running irons are like, don't loot. You don't need to unless you're looking for a quest item. And I'm like, fuck that shit. That don't work for a bloodthirsty. You need to effing loot, if at all possible. I mean, how else are you gonna pay those repair bills if you don't loot to sell the stuff? Especially if you're not going after humanoids. Alright, and there's our ding on the monk. And we are running Mistweaver spec on this one. So she has a hood now. I think I liked the glasses much better, but, you know. Take what we can get. Alright. Let's deal with screenshots and all that first. I still wish that they would fix the damn selfie cam. Alright, so WoW challenges. If you sorry, my hand's bad today. If you tweet any challenger related stuff, go ahead and put the WoW challenges hashtag on it. That way, Lita and I can see it and keep track of it, and, you know, we can, like, cheer you on or share in your commiserations, on Twitter, because that's the hashtag that we're watching, because there's so many different challenges. It's just better to put everything under one, because that's way too many hashtags to monitor for us. So just kind of put it under the umbrella of WoW challenges. You know, if you're tweeting, you know, slap on there the name of the challenge you're doing, you know, if you made it to X level, or if you died, or, you know, whatever. So WoW challenges, bloodthirsty. Excuse me. That's not it. There we go. Soul Fist. Mistweaver Monk. This is something I do. You don't have to follow with that. Things level 37. Alright, so we're looking at a slash played of. Now this is, again, the slash played is something that I do. You don't have to do that. That is entirely up to you. I just do it because I like to look at my slash played. And that way I don't have to go back into game to see what my slash played was. If they make it to max, I already have a log of it on my tweets for write-ups. So 21 hours, 30 minutes. I need to remember that I have to do a write-up Friday. So Franchise Friday might start a little bit late. Maybe? We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a busy week. Or busy end of the week, rather. Slash played 6 days, 21 hours, 30 minutes, and 39 seconds. Because I have to do Harvest Festival on Friday. We don't normally do one for Pirates Day. Honestly, I'd be a little hesitant to take your challenger in there. Just because, you know, you never know what stupid shit's gonna happen. I would do that with a main just to be on the safe side. And then Monday or Tuesday we have Brewfest. So I've got to work on that. So I'm gonna be really busy this weekend. Alright, so 15. Okay. Alright, so let's tweet that. So much to do. Let's come over here and check our haul for this level. So a 1 silver repair bill is not bad at all. We are only 37, but you know. Alright, so let's do the gray stuff first. And see what we've got here. That's my bag my bag mod showing you what I have on the other characters. Who's got X of what. Alright, so we ended up with 2 sets of those in the end. Not bad. Alright, so 159 gold on just the gray stuff, and then another 2 gold off the rope, and 57 silver off of that. So not incredible off of the greens, but you know, it did bump us over 160 gold for the level, so that's fine. The meat I tend to sell at the very end because we're just going to keep getting it, so I'll just hold on to it till we decide to leave this area. Might as well, right? Okay. So that's it for the monk for this week. So let's let her chill out in the inn. Alright, we're gonna bump over to Soul Snuggles. Now, even though we're not gonna take her through the mall and she's gonna sit until the mall skip goes live, we're still gonna take her up to 50. So that way she's ready. So unfortunately, when you're part of the test team for WoW challenges, sometimes you have to make some adjustments and change your game plan around a little bit, and so that's okay. While she's sitting, we will grab one of our other challengers that we still have waiting to get some attention, and we'll move them up into the ranks. Next week we should be introducing another challenger that we haven't seen in a while into the leveling mix. They're in their high 20s. So, she's been leveling out here in Scale Trader Post. I keep wanting to call it Outpost, but it's Post. She's up to 2,114 pieces of meaty haunches. This level, she actually did pick up some greens. I was kind of astonished. It's more plate than anything. Nothing she could really use, which was kind of sad panda. But we did pick up 3 ivory tusks so far, so that was good. And the priest that we already got to max was Discipline spec. I was just curious to see how Holy was going to play as a Bloodthirsty, so this has sort of been a pet project of mine for a while. We had a couple of false starts where things went sideways due to emergencies on my end that I had to get up and run for, and so there were a few incidents along the way, but this one's been hanging in there. And I went troll on this one just so that we could kind of get back up into the thick of things a little bit faster, because the troll race does have Beast Slayer as a racial ability or a racial bonus. So if you go troll, when you kill beasts, you get a small bump in XP. It is allowed because it's a racial, so there's no control over it happening unless they, it's like, oh, you just can't kill beasts. No, you can kill the beasts. So I believe it gives you a 20% bonus in XP when you kill beasts, which is fine with me because we're gonna be killing a lot of them, so might as well take advantage, right? I'm actually kind of surprised there's not more troll bloodthirsties. A lot of people seem to cling to the night elf thing. And if you're not that steady on your feet, or you just like night elves, that's cool. I almost think that Shadow Meld hurts to a small degree because I think people get so used to having it that they don't, they may not try to be extra cautious about how they're placing their character or what they're pulling or looking what's around them, and they're just like, oh, it's okay, Shadow Meld will save me if I do something dumb. And it doesn't always. And then when you take somebody that's played nothing but Night Elves and has had Shadow Meld, and then you stick them on a non-Shadow Meld race, it's interesting to see how it goes. It doesn't always go that well. And while I still think Shadow Meld and Night Elves are okay for just learning the challenges and stuff, and for getting your feet under you to try to figure out what you can and can't do and get into the rhythm of things, I don't think it's necessarily good to play strictly them. I think they're good for a learning tool to a degree, but I think, once you've figured out what you need to do and not do, you should probably, personal opinion, move on to a different race. I mean, unless you really love Night Elves, then maybe try not to use Shadow Meld so much. But I think it becomes more of a crutch, honestly. Because I have seen people struggle once they've been pulled off of Night Elves because they don't have access to that. Where otherwise they were just like flying through. It's like, no, you haven't actually, like, you've taken the first step, but now it's time to build on that. And expand your skill set. And luck. There's a bit of luck in this. A bit of RNG, I think. Not a whole lot. A little. Because, I mean, it does come down to a multitude of things that you've got going on at the same time. It's like, okay, well, where's that person at? Okay, they're over there. Where's that mob patrolling? Sometimes you just kind of have to sit and watch for a few minutes until you've figured out, mob behaviors and how far does this one walk? Does it always walk that way? Especially when you're entering an area that you may not be familiar with. Because, once you die, you're done. So, unless you're running a Tin Man, death is final. 100%. Alright. So she's been leveling at an okay clip. Let me see. How long has she been going in this level? About 2.5 hours. So, not bad. She's actually moving pretty quick for her level. So Beast Slayer comes into play, along with the fact that her grinding loop is a lot tighter. and a lot more compact. So she doesn't have a lot of room in between each mob, so that'll cut down on leveling time a little bit as well. I'm kind of astounded that her / bleed is only 3 days, 18 hours. That does fascinate me a bit, because she's been around a long time. I guess I ding and jump. Or maybe because her XP bar at the bottom has been moving along, I haven't been getting as distracted on her. Some classes I get super distracted on, and it takes me like 20 minutes to get like 5%, and it's just like, I can always tell the classes I'm struggling with by how distracted I am when I'm working on them. So this week's podcast is going to be so much fun. Ooh, another ivory tusk, awesome. So Tiber's going to be on, and it's been a while since we've talked to Tiber, but we're also going to have Dave on as well. And apparently these two have known each other for a really long time, but didn't realize they knew each other at first, and didn't realize that the other was in the community. So this is going to be such an awesome podcast. I cannot wait. I will be co-hosting with Lita this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. And that's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night on the WoW Challenges Twitch page. So excited for this. Cannot wait to hear their story. Like, as soon as there was talk of trying to get them on the show, I was like, oh, I have to be there for this. I have to be. 100%. In some way, shape, or form. So this is going to be all sorts of fun. And we're just trying to make sure that we've got something to talk about for our week in WoW. We usually do have something to talk about. So far, we have the leveling up of the monk. But we're probably just gonna, gloss over what we've done in our weeks, depending on how much Tiber and Dave have to talk about. Trying to think of some questions that we can ask Tiber and Dave. I put one down. Thinking of another one that I might put in there, just, out of curiosity. All right. So we're gonna keep on moving through here. And we probably know every wrinkle, every scar on these muddy river beasts by now, and I feel like I am way too close. Gotta keep an eye out for him. That was probably fine, but I think I was getting a bit in the risk circle. I don't want to mess with him. He's pretty angry. He is an elite, and he does hurt a lot. He's like a 3 to 5 man quest mob. I mean, you can probably take him on solo depending your level. I'm pretty sure on the one normal, regular, non-challenger horde character I was running, I think I did take that on. But I think I was in my 20s when I did. Maybe not even. And I was actually in resto spec on a druid, so it was a little dicey. I did have to do a fair amount of kiting and stuff, but I did manage to do it. I can't remember if anybody else ended up showing up towards the end, but I don't think they did, because I tend to play at times of day where there's not that many people around. And of course, you know, actually no, I don't think Shadowlands was live at that time. No, I think it was in the lull before Shadowlands was coming in, so I was like, oh, well, my challengers are all kind of sitting right now waiting to do anything, so I might as well work on this. Alright, so we got about a bar left to go on this one. And we'll see what happens. So she'll probably be up to 4 days slash played by time she gets to 50 is what I'm thinking. Which is still pretty impressive because the mage anyone hardcore leveling a tank? Okay. I read that backwards, never mind. What the hell was I saying? I don't remember. Shit. That quick. And the thought was gone. Damn it. The train left without me. Oh, right. So, the mage is actually our youngest bloodthirsty challenger that we're gonna see in a few minutes here. She was created, I think, in October or November of 2020, right after level squish happened. So the time difference between the two has been pretty interesting, considering they're both casters. The mage has had to spend a lot of time stopping and eating, though. So it's definitely been interesting to see. And actually, I hadn't expected the mage to survive very long. I was sort of using her as my test bloodthirsty to figure out where I was gonna go and how I was gonna level and try to figure out a new leveling path now that level squish had come in at that point. So she was definitely a quote-unquote test of the waters character. And her slash played, I think, when we last did one, was sitting at maybe 4 or 5 days. And this one's been around much longer. Well before level squish. And in fact, we'll look at this one's level 10 time here. So she hit level 10 in 2019. And her slash played, like we saw earlier, was under 4 days. And that mage most definitely hit 10 last October. Like a year ago. And she's sitting at I want to say 5 days? It's a difference. It's definitely a difference, and it kind of surprised me, because I figured that they would be a little bit closer together, but they're not. So it's just fascinating how much more time that mage has taken. And then, you know, you also have to factor in Buslayer. So I do truly feel like Buslayer has sped things up a bit. And I also feel like, you know, well, she is a priest, so she can heal herself, but she is also holy, so I'm not quite as strong as, say, Discipline would be. So we still have had to be a little bit careful with this one. But I find it interesting. I mean, the mage has definitely been a little more fragile. We have had to eat a bit to make sure that her health stays up, because she doesn't really have a healing option. But still, the difference in time, quite a bit. Alright. I mean, maybe I also spent more time idling on her. I don't know. I try not to, but you know, sometimes shit happens. There are times where there are real world, oh shit, cat on fire, got to go moments where I can't, you know, take the time to log out or what have you. Because sometimes the husband has some nasty anxiety attacks and I need to go, but or there's a nasty cat fight, like what happened last night. That was fun. Not really. Well, the cat's got my finger, so I'm gonna have a scratch on me for...
When did that happen?
Sometime when I was trying to separate Cal and Peabody. Because I had stuck my hands down in there to try to pull them apart, and it's not bad, it's kind of just surface. I didn't even know it had happened until later when I looked down at my hands, and I was like, where the fuck? I was like, why do I have this big ass red scratch on my thumb? And so I mean, it's not terrible. It might be mostly gone by the time Sunday rolls around anyhow. It was kind of just surface, it wasn't very deep, but Cal was so amped up after after attacking my last night, because he dodged into the bedroom on Russell right after we had switched the cats. He had popped out to grab something he forgot, and didn't know Cal was behind him, and Cal darted through his legs and got in, and then there was a huge ass cat fight, and then he finally got Cal off of her, and he bolted into the hallway, and then he was just being stupid, and I thought we already had Leap of Faith, but okay, I guess not. Then he went after Peabody, which was weird. I think he was just kind of in attack everything mode, and I thought that Peabody was my, so I was trying to stick my hands in to try to break it up, and I shouldn't have, but there was nothing else I could do. Bodily injury was less important than getting them off of each other, because it's easier and a little bit cheaper, dare I say, to deal with a human injury in that moment than it was to deal with a cat injury. But, yeah, we had that lovely pleasure of dealing with that last night. Okay. Well, it's 24 hours, so she's at 18 hours now, total. So we might be just at 4 days when, she dings 50, if she makes it that far. Alright, oh, that is a very sore wrist. Gonna have to ice that tonight. WoW challenges. Blood thirsty, soul snuggles. So this is the Holy Priest. Dings a level 49. Alright, so Slash Blade is sitting at 3 days, 18 hours, 54 minutes, and 55 seconds. Our total kills to date. I'm trying to think. I don't think she leveled very much with Winds of Wisdom. It's possible, but I don't think she really did, because I think when Winds of Wisdom came in, I was focusing on the higher level ones just to get them through. So 7,107. Alright. Let's go ahead and tweet that. And we'll come down here.
Knowledge is the best currency. But
Okay, so like a 3 silver repair bill. Not bad. Alright. As we do... Oh, we ended up with 2 stacks of that. Oh, wow, we ended up with 6? Nice. Very nice. Alright, so matted pelts. Stack of 200 is going to get you 75 gold out here. Nothing to sneeze at. So 40 of these gets us 57 gold. So the oily blubber is definitely worth more than the matted pelts. But these are our big ticket item. I think these are 16, 17 gold a piece. Somewhere around in there. So that was 104 gold for 6 of those. So just the vendor trash comes out to 253. Not bad. And then let's go ahead and deal with the greens that we can't wear. That's another 34 gold. Alright, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7. So under 290. We'll just under 290, or just under 300. Ballparking that. Alright. Oh. Why is our home latency so high today? I don't like that. It didn't feel like we were lagging on her. Alright, so let's pop onto the mage. Okay. So this one has 2 bars to go. And they were a hard-fought 2 bars. Hard fought with my sanity. I really don't enjoy having 2 out here at the same time, so I'm kind of glad we'll be sitting the priest for a little bit. And jumping down to some of our lower level challengers for a little. I think 2 stacks on the... What the hell are these? The mana buns should be enough for now. I am running Frost Spec, if you couldn't tell by the name. I feel like it gives me a little bit more survivability, a little bit more durability. And we've also got that extra Frost Nova if we need to try to get away from the elemental, that we can plop down where we want it. So that's nice. Alright, so Mage is 54. Trying to claw her way to 55. So we're working on it. We're working on it. Can't remember if the incident I had with her was this level or last level. I remember something happening and somehow I had 2 mobs that were doing gore on me. Why is that so high? And I had to hit invisibility. You're not downloading anything, right?
Nope.
I wonder if Nancy's doing something, or the parents are.
I noticed that the internet was acting really slow right before you started, so it might just be a local thing.
Maybe. Because it's our home that's sitting just under 80. It's not unplayable. I mean, I've played with it up into triple digits, but it is something we're gonna have to keep an eye on. Alright, so out here we do have to stop and sit and eat to make sure that gore is not going to be too much of a problem. We only want one of those on us at once, and that's for damn sure. Any more than one is a problem. Because that is taking damage that is happening. So this one, yeah, she hit 10 in October of 2020. And you know, I usually only level these guys once, like they only level up once a week. On stream, so her slash played overall at this point is sitting at 5 days, 12 hours. And this level has been just under 7 hours. So, it'll be interesting to see what level times look like once we're able to, get the, Holy Priest out here. Most definitely. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking on something. Now we have had to wait a few moments here and there for Ice Barrier to come off cooldown. We definitely want that up on this one. I will say the flurry procs, oh my goodness, that was really difficult to say, are very nice. I do enjoy that because that is a little bit of a longer cast spell. So it's always nice. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. I wanted to eat, I didn't want to mount. So it's always nice when we get those to happen. And it has been nice not having to worry about, do I have enough food with me, because this one can just make more. That's been lovely. I will say I was not able to level her in one go. My brain was just like so done this week, and I was just feeling a little burnt out, so I was like, yeah, no, we're just gonna level her in some smaller increments. I think it took me 3 different sessions to get anywhere with her this week. I think on, let's see, last Wednesday we worked on the priest after no, we didn't. We worked on the monk after stream. Got her all good to go. Last Thursday we popped onto this one and started working on her. I got about 3 bars in where I was like, yeah, I'm not in the mood for this right now, so I popped back off. And Friday I popped back on, pushed through. Actually no, it only took me 2 days, that's right. Got her good to go. And then since there was no show last week, I popped onto this one. Or no, I popped onto the priest, right? Got the priest squared away, and then I popped onto the rogue. And I only got a couple of bars in on the rogue before the show started. And I had to go do show things. So, show things in the background. After the fact. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to work on the rogue last Saturday. Saturday is usually a day that nothing gets done for me because unless I get it done before the show. Sorry, there was the show. I was thinking that there was no show this week. That was the week before. But since I get up so late in the afternoon, I don't have a whole lot of time to work on stuff before the show. But I did manage to get the priest ready. And then we started the rogue, didn't really get anywhere. Hang on, there's something in my eye. I can feel it scraping across my eyeball. And it's most unpleasant. And I need to be able to see here. Okay. Like, I kind of feel it, but I kind of don't. Allergy eyes. Yay. That should be good enough for now. So, yeah, I didn't really get anywhere on that. And, then Sunday we had the art stream, and then Sunday night I popped back on the rogue. Did a little bit there. Didn't get that far. I got to a certain point and was like, yeah, I've had enough of this for today. Like, I still have a couple more days before stream, so we'll just work some more on this later. And the rogue took a few days to get there. But we'll go into the rogue more in a minute when we go to hop on him. And we'll see what happens with him. I think he might be my only male challenger right now. I think. I have to think about this. Is he? I think he is. He is. I used to have 2, but the second one used to be the hunter. I have trouble running male characters because they're so broad-shouldered. I feel like I can't see properly what they're doing. But like gnomes, whether they're male or female, they're kind of the same size, right? So, I don't have too much trouble with male gnomes. Because, you know, they're small. And I guess, you know, same could be for goblins, where they're both kind of the same skeletal structure. So I can do that. But, like, male and female Drenais are so drastically different when it comes to how they're built. It's just, when I'm on a male Draenei, I feel like I'm trying to maneuver an RV or a bus or something, and it's bizarre, right? So, I thought I hit eat, I guess I didn't. I'm like, man, that health bar is taking its sweet time coming up. But, you know, it's just, it feels different when you're on a male character, and it feels harder to maneuver them, and it feels harder to see. It could just be me and my spatial recognition and everything being weird, but I do find it easier to maneuver around the female characters because they have a smaller structure to them. So yeah, I think he's my only male challenger right now, that rogue. And he's been around for quite some time. We'll have to see when he hit 10. Because, I mean, you know, there was a period of time where I was having to travel out of state for a couple weeks at a time. Over the course of, what, a year or two, well, maybe 2 years, moving my dad down here, and then my dad moved back up to Jersey, and then he decided to move back down again, and then we had to go get my mom. If you're new here, that's a whole can of worms. Then we went on vacation, our first vacation since we were married. Like, we had our honeymoon, and then we didn't have the money to go on vacation, and it was, I think, our first vacation since our honeymoon. I want to say, like, 3 years ago. So we were gone for 2.5 weeks, almost 3. Because we were driving to our destination and then driving home, so we weren't actually in our destination for 3 weeks, but it took us about 2.5, 3 weeks roughly from the day that we left till we got back. It took us about, I think we were taking our time, so I think we were only driving like 6 hours a day, plus we had the dogs with us, so and as stressful as our road trips are, we both do miss them, which we find terribly funny, because neither one of us travels well, shall we say. Like, once we get to where we're going, we're okay, but it's the in-between and knowing that we need to be up by a certain time for hotel checkout, and then we need to be back on the road, and like, we would barely sleep. Oh, what was that? We had a thing. Oh, thank you, Red. Much appreciated. Like, Russell would sort of sleep eventually. I'm terrible at the in-between. Once I get to where we're going, I'm okay. Much appreciated. So, like, I would get, like, maybe 3 hours of sleep, and, we would both be up at, like, 5:30, laying there, just like, okay, let's go, and then it's like, well, no, we need to at least wait for the sun to come up. Let's at least see if there's anything edible, from hotel included breakfast. I mean, we did pay this much for the room. We might as well see if there's anything that we can eat for free out of it. And then, you know, we would just kind of pick at what was there, and we'd still end up, you know, getting weird stuff at the gas station before we would leave. But we did, over our numerous up and downs to Jersey, develop a love for 2 specific gas stations. So we really like we really like Pilot, and then Flying J is a close second. Love's truck stops, they're okay. I don't know, something about the ones, maybe it was just the ones that we went to, they always felt a little more dingy, maybe crusty. I don't know, they just didn't feel as clean as the Pilots and the Flying J's for some reason. I've never been to a Buc-ee's. That's more of like a Texas thing. I heard that they did put one in Florida though, so I am interested if that is anywhere in our travel path, coming and going from there. I don't think it is, because I think it's off 95, though I could be wrong, and we only briefly... Actually, no. We weren't on 95 at all when we went through Florida. We were... we did 75, which is the toll road, because I didn't want to do 95, because I've had some bad experiences being on 95 when I was little. I mean, of course, you know, logically those bad experiences can happen anywhere, but actually traffic was a lot better on 75 because it was a toll road. It wasn't as bad, though we didn't understand what Sun Pass was at first and why we needed one. And we asked one of the toll booth people, like, what's the deal with this? And they're like, oh, well, you know, they're like, well, where are you going? And they're like, yeah, some of those... Really? Is this not the same asshole that we had to deal with before? When we were doing the turtles back in Sage Haven? Like, what the hell? Like, damn, dude. Pick a spot. But, shit, dude distracted me. So he's like, oh yeah, some of those toll booths, they don't have anybody manned at them, and they just do the Sun Pass. So, this is what I've been dealing with trying to level. On this one, and on the Rogue. It's getting super fracking annoying. And we're like, oh, he's like, yeah, you're gonna want that. He's like, there's two versions of it. There's a sticker and there's a box. You can, like, just get it at the drugstore or something. And we're like, okay. So we got to the hotel where we were going. I think that night we stayed in Port St. Lucie. Because we had to be, we couldn't just stay wherever we wanted. We had to look for pet-friendly hotels, and there weren't that many hotels that we were seeing that were pet-friendly off of 75. So it took us about a half an hour to get from 75 over to Port St. Lucie to the one hotel. But once we got there, we're like, okay, we need to look up what this thing is. So they had like a box like Easy Pass if you're from like one of the states that accepts that, and Sun Pass is kind of like their automatic toll log thing. And we're like, well, we don't need to buy the box because we're not staying here, because the box is more of a permanent thing. But they also had a little sticker that was more of a temporary thing that you could either put X number of dollars on, or that you could just link up to a credit card. I think we just linked it to one of our credit cards, maybe, or maybe we dropped money into an account. We might have transferred $50 into it because we weren't sure how much tolls were going to be. Because we were not familiar with the area and we didn't know really what they ran. And so we had that to finish up the trip going down, which was good because there definitely was no real toll booth coming off of 75 into Florida City? Florida City, yo. It's like New York. Everybody down there is really strung. I guess they're used to... You would think they'd be more used to dealing with tourists coming through there, but everybody was like honking at each other. It was stressful getting in and out of there. Because we stopped for gas because I didn't know what the gas station situation was in the Keys. Like, I knew there was a couple, but I couldn't remember where they were and how far down they were and how long it was going to take to get to them. So we'd stopped for gas there, when in reality we would have been fine just going down into the Keys, but I think it would have been a little bit more money down there. But it might have been worth it not to deal with the hassle of trying to get in and out of the gas station down there in Florida City, because it was crazy. It was absolute craziness. But once we got into the keys, it was fine. Traffic wasn't too bad. It was a little backed up in a couple spots, but it's just the one road in and one road out, so if there's an accident on your side of the road that requires traffic to stop, then, you know, you're gonna have a backup. Hopefully that person farming for leather doesn't hamper us too much. It's been tough fighting them because they pull everything, right? And then you can't get a kill in edgewise because I can only pull one mob at a time. And it's just been so frustrating when these level 60s come in. And even, you know, on my higher level challengers, it's been bad. And like, I can't tell if they're a bot, I can't tell if they're an actual person. Like, I think they're an actual person, the ones that are flying to a new location. It's just been effing maddening. But yeah, Zaya found another account-wide quest that we do have to try to get dealt with. So do watch your quests as bloodthirsties, at least until the mall skip comes in. Because the mall is giving credit for a daily that's not allowed, and we're thinking that that's somewhere buried in the account wide that needs to be added, but since we're not tracking the names of the daily quests, we don't know what the quest is. I don't know if that's something that we have the ability to track. But it's very bizarre. Alright, we're gonna keep moving. We've got most of this last bar left to go, so we're probably gonna have to start another circuit. I don't know how far we'll get on the next circuit, but thinking maybe up to the horses on the hill past our start point. It might not need to go that far, but that's might be about there. We'll see. Depends on if stuff's up for us to kill too. So tomorrow we're going to be doing Minecraft, and I've been working hard on clearing land, so things are going to look way different than what they did last week when you guys were there for that, if you were there for that. I had to change a couple of things, like the type of wood that we were using on our walkways. Unfortunately, due to the fact that, based off the terracotta colors I was getting. I mean, I could have just kept indefinitely making mason villagers, to see until I got the color terracotta I wanted, but, I decided that, you know, we'll only do a couple, and I'm going with a color that I've never really gone with before, so this should be interesting. Though now that I've decided to go with that color, I'm like, oh, but we need matching banners to put on the walls outside the city, and now I don't know what colors I can put on the banners to kind of match the walkway color, because I don't have access to brown dye. So right now I'm just kind of hoping a wandering trader comes by. We did manage to have a wandering trader come by, and I got some jungle saplings. Though if I find another one that sells more, I'm gonna have to buy more, because I got enough for a couple of the 4x4 trees, and then I was a couple saplings short on one of the 4x4 trees to make another one. And then I was struggling to even get enough saplings to do a single, so I was like, oh, we may run out of jungle tree here. See, that's not good. Though, I did have a llama fall down on my head because the wandering traders spawned in on the hill above me. So I did end up with a free lead, which is awesome because I'm gonna need that. I wish I had had that when I had to have the husband help me move some sheep. We now have sheep in a pen in the village. The length of the walls coming off the entrance point have been mapped out. I haven't started building. Like I said, I was gonna wait to build stuff with you guys, but I did start measuring things out because I wanted to try to encompass that village into the city just so that we can have a little bit more life in there. And the villagers have been getting all sorts of happy with each other, and we've got quite a few villagers now. We've got 3 or 4 golems walking around. Apparently cats drop string, which I did not know, so I was thinking I was gonna have to put hostile mobs back on and hope we didn't get raided again, because I was gonna need string from the spiders, but apparently cats drop strings. So if we need string, that is an option. I did have to dispose one cat, I think, disposed of themselves by getting caught on a cactus, and I did dispose of another cat so that I could get just enough string to make a loom. So I put a couple different workstations down, scattered throughout the village, to try to see if when they grew up they would decide to become something other than masons. And hopefully someone becomes a fisherman, because I think I need to fish up a saddle unless I can buy one from a leather worker. But I don't know because the leather worker hasn't materialized yet. We did make a shepherd, but the shepherd wants me to give them brown wool, and I'm like, no, I need the brown wool. You give me the brown wool. And there's another color wool that they want, so we might have to figure out if we can materialize the other color to see what else they will give me. I was trying to see if one of them would give me brown dye, but so far we have been most definitely unsuccessful in that department. I'm sure after I max out this shepherd that then probably a wandering trader will come by and be like, oh, here, do you need this? And be like, yes, where were you like 5 days ago? But I've been clearing out a lot of real estate so that we can see what we're doing. And we've got some boxes set up in the work area now with extra stuff. Alright, so that's... I've got 4 of these now. Really? No, I've got 3. No, we have 2. We have 2. Alright, I don't know... Oh yeah, no. Our staff is like level 100, so 295s are gonna be... I think we'll just stick with our staff. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Stop kicking me in the face! Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to go past this hill. I was hoping we weren't gonna, but it looks like we will. Alright. We're almost there though, and then we will be on to the rogue. Really? Is that all I have to do to keep the gore from hitting me, is to back the fuck up when they're casting it? Or was it just dumb luck that it didn't hit me? That's interesting. Hmm. That is very interesting. Well, it's too late for me to really try that on the rogue. I don't really want to fuck with the gore mobs after he's made it that far. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Are you cooking something?
No. No, but it sounds like your mom is.
Okay. I smelled onions and she had a chicken out, so I was confused. I didn't remember her doing onions with chicken. Alright. So, onward we go. Can you go see if she needs help with something? 'Cause I don't know what the hell she's doing, but she's making an awful lot of noise. So you're determined to get that gore on me. So yeah, they tried to do it the first time I backed up and he had to move, so we had to stop it. And then when he caught up to me, he tried to do it again, but I backed up and he had to stop again to reposition. So, I mean, you probably run the risk of resetting the mob that way, and you also have to make sure you're in an area where there aren't any red mobs that you're gonna accidentally back into. But that might be interesting. If you have the room to work and move. It's kind of fascinating. It's better when I can keep this guy in a chilled state. So, I mean, if you move the second he starts to cast it. I'm just pissing him off now. Oh boy. Alright, well that's interesting. That might not work for every class, but interesting indeed. Especially if you are of the more delicate variety. Alright then. Alright, so will this moth be the last mob that we need, or are we gonna have to go and get one more? I'm hoping it's gonna be the last one that we need for this level. We'll find out here in a moment. Nope. How much are we off by? Less than 1,000? Maybe? Alright, well. Math is not my strong point, and quick math is certainly not my strong point. So we actually had to go further than I was thinking we were going to. There we go. We did end up on a hill. Just not the hill I was thinking it was going to be. Alright, so... Oh, I didn't put my marker on me so you guys could find me. I'm sorry about that. You gotta remind me of this shit. Especially when I've just woken up. I'm not entirely paying attention. Okay. So let's go ahead and hearth back to Hero's Rest. So I try not to break my wrist. Getting my slash played. Ooh, that is a sore hand. Ever since I turned my hand that one way, it has been angry. Certain ways I move it. Not every way, just certain ways. So it's probably a muscle or a ligament problem. let's bump that out of there. So, wow, challenges, bloodthirsty, frozen soul. It's our frost mage. Dings level 55. So we're looking at a slash plate so far of 5 days, 12 hours, 43 minutes, and 29 seconds. So her total kills to date are sitting at 7,940. Wait, how many did the priest have? 7,107. Interesting. Now the priest is still what? 49, 6 levels off? But still. Interesting. Alright. Let's move over here a little bit. And we'll do the vendory things. I don't remember if I repaired once this level. I don't remember. But let's see. Our repair bill at the moment is 1 gold, 64 silver. So not terrible. Alright, let's look at the vendor trash first, as we do. And we'll start to make some sense of that. We did get 1 horn, and those are worth 18 gold, so that was nice. Alright, so that's 258 on the vendor trash. And let's take a look at our green totals. Green total was 443, so not bad. And we haven't had to waste money on buying food to survive, because we can make our own, so that's doubly helpful. Alright, so we'll plop your butt back down in the inn, just to make sure that you are getting credit. I was seeing that we were getting the rusted icon when we stepped to the side, but I just want to make sure that we are... Okay, what do you have?
Well, I found our stash of various batteries, so I'm going to consolidate them all into one stash.
Oh, it looked like you had something to eat.
I also have a candle. There's a bunch of them in the drawer.
Oh good, so emergency candles.
Yeah, I was going to set one up.
We don't have a holder for it. I might need to make one.
I mean, you don't have to really do much for a holder for them. You just kind of...
I can make one out of clay if need be, just so it's stable, so it doesn't fall over.
Well, that's what my various bottles of sand are.
Yeah, but sand can be moved.
Clay can be broken.
Alright, let's log out there. Okay, so now for the one that I'm sure people have been popping in and out to check on. Let's hop on to the rogue, and husband's gonna be making some noise, so I do apologize.
Yep, give me some rattling sounds, and I apologize, people. I don't apologize too hard.
Background noises tend to happen. Okay. Alright. So. We still have some food. We probably over-purchased on food. But I was working off an assumption of I might have to kill about 500 mobs. So I was like, well, 500 pieces of food seems like a good number to have solidly. So we still have 269 out of 500 left. We have a bar left to go. So we'll be selling some of this back. We'll not be getting anywhere near the amount that we paid for it, but we'll get a slight return. We have picked up 10 things of slumber powder, which is fantastic. We haven't gotten a whole lot of gray stuff, but we've only been able to kill one effing mob. For some reason, this rogue is so delicate that we've only really been able to kill the moths. I was randomly at times able to kill the horses. It seemed to be very RNG as to when I could kill them without red screen of death flashing. But with the gore and the ticking, it was just becoming way too much of a gamble to keep that up. So, I was like, yeah, no. And resigned myself to the fact of having to deal with just the moths. Which, you know, not terrible because we were getting 8-something XP per kill on them. But terrible in the fact that there's not that many of them that we can go after because there's not that many single moths up here. There's a section where there's a whole bunch of them together, but they're tied to each other. So when you pull one, you pull two. And I really didn't feel like playing the game of, is sap gonna actually work on you? And is it gonna hold the entire fight? And am I still gonna be in combat after I kill the one? Because I'm gonna need to eat after each fight. It was just less of a frustration to just deal with this singly. And providing that nobody's out here mass pulling stuff, the moths are usually popping back up by the time I come around off of my loop again, so it's usually not been too much of an issue. Usually. The one small bit of a mindfuck on these moths is that they have 2 things that they cast. One is that shimmer down that you just saw go off there, and the other is that glitter burst that we just saw. We remember that from the moths in the other section, the lower level moths. Glitter burst between the 2 of them is the only one that can be interrupted. So, I mean, that's fine and all. However, there's no rhyme or reason to when they're going to cast them. It seems to be entirely random because some moths, like, one of the first things they're going to cast is Glitter Burst. And so then I've got it in my head, like there, that I need to be ready to interrupt, and I'm like, I see the cast bar out of the corner of my vision, and I'm like, okay, we need a quick interrupt, and then I realize, I'm like, wait, it didn't interrupt it. I was like, oh, that was shimmer down. So they seem to alternate between when they're going to do what. So, definitely all sorts of paying attention needs to happen. Oh, what is happening here? What are you doing? Alright, you accidentally angered one of the Valerian things that I can't kill and want no effing parts of, so. And that was going through Glitter Burst again, so it's been kind of a pain because then it's like, oh shit. And then you're like just hoping that Kick has come off of cooldown by the time it decides to do Glitter Burst if you accidentally hit it on Shimmer Down. Sometimes it does come off cooldown. I will say, I have had that main hand gauche thing procced on this character. Sometimes it interrupts the thing before I can get to it, so that's cool, but like I never know when to expect it, and it's very very inconsistent, very when it wants to be. And I need, come here, see, these guys are a pain. That's another thing I've been having to deal with. When they decide to fly in a circle, it's like, well, do I wait it out? and hope nobody pulls him because they don't see that I'm trying to get him? Or do I keep trying to chase him down? Oh, I didn't put the marker on my head. I should do that. He's just been very much a pain. Come on. Thank you, buddy. Can I... Yes. They also poop out healing orbs that sometimes don't vanish before the fight ends, and they don't seem to do a buff, so I've been taking advantage of that. Can I reach you? Can I reach you? Yes. It's always a crapshoot as to whether or not I can reach you. See, now they're on this kick of doing glitter bursts first. It's very strange with how random it is. I don't like that the proc for pistol shot just sits over their taskbar. Like, why? I mean, you can still see their cast bar up here, but the one that's directly above the mob's head's a lot easier to see when they're starting to do a cast. So, can I get up here without having to jump? For the longest time, I could not figure out where I had to step to get up on that rock without jumping. Because I was having to play one-handed for a little while because the dog wanted attention. So I'm like rubbing the dog with my one hand as he's sitting next to me, and I'm playing with the other. And that's all fine and good for WoW, but he keeps coming up and wanting to do that when I'm playing Minecraft. And I'm like, buddy, it doesn't work that way for Minecraft. I can't maneuver like that in Minecraft. I actually need both hands for that. Can't really move with my mouse over there. I have to move with the keyboard. So he was a little mad at me over that.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
Come on now. I will be so glad once we are done with this character. I don't think you guys can fathom. Rogue is not my class. This has been a nerve-wracking experience out here. Be so glad. I almost missed the interrupt. I mean, it wouldn't have hurt me that bad, but like it would have made damage hit a little bit harder. It would have prevented me from stealthing though, so that being the main issue there.
It's too far away.
Come on, friend. There we go. And it's gonna be a glitter burst first kind of day, it seems. Huh. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and stealth. And move on to our next friend here. I really don't like being this close to this cliff edge, but at least these guys aren't going to knock me off of here. If it was another mob, I would definitely have my back turned to, like, I would position the mob so that they were on the edge of the cliff, so that I would get kicked away from the edge, but these guys don't seem to want to do that, so that's fine with me. That is more than fine with me. Alright, we got about half a bar to go, you guys. This is getting exciting. Oh, you alright, buddy? Sound like you flubbed that. Dog trying to get on the bed. The non-injured one. We had to put like an ottoman at the end of the bed to teach him to jump up on that. And we had to move an area rug around so that their feet aren't sliding on the floor in here. And Momo is still terrified of the husband because the husband took him to the vet. This dog is like forever gonna be traumatized now. He'll take food from Russell, no problem, but he's excited to get treats from Russell. But if we start talking about putting your leash on to go out to potty, he starts turning into a bumbleball and just shakes, and we're like, okay, you can go on your potty pad, that's fine. We're okay. We just didn't know if you wanted to go out, so we're offering. But he has very much become a I'm not leaving this house kind of dog, so it's like, alright, as long as you keep going on the potty pad, then I guess we'll let it go for now, but he's been pretty good about going on the potty pad, so so we've figured out that stepping on the squishy bed, because we have a foam mattress, seems to cause him a great deal of discomfort, so that's why he hasn't been getting on the bed. So hopefully maybe whatever's going on will start to fix itself. Because the vet really couldn't find anything wrong, because every way that they were every way they were manipulating him and moving him, he wasn't yelping or giving any indication that he was in pain, so it's very strange. And they didn't, since he wasn't indicating any pain, they didn't see any need to rack up our vet bill any higher. I am kind of glad he's not on the muscle relaxers anymore, because those make me nervous. Because he gets so wobbly, he can hardly walk. So that was extra nerve-wracking to keep track of him. It's like if he tried to get up, we had to like kind of be right there with him to make sure he didn't fall over and hurt himself more. And he prances his little fluffy butt right out to the kitchen when it's something that he wants. Like if he thinks he's getting food out of it, he enthusiastically pops up and almost runs out into the kitchen. I'm like, really? Are you doing this for sympathy now? But he certainly has mastered the look of being sad, a sad muffin. But he definitely isn't himself with how he used to be. So I still think there's something going on there, but we get some butt wiggles and some happiness out of him, and he's still eating and drinking and going potty, and so we're just gonna have to take it day by day with him. And see what happens there, but it's definitely been stressful. It says I have 261. But how do we have 1? Like, what? I don't... Help me out here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The UI is not updating correctly. What? Because Bagnon is saying I definitely have 260, and this is saying I have 261.
You do have 260.
Yeah, so the UI button's not. That's fascinating. Okay.
Are you currently eating?
I was. I'm not any longer. I'm
Have you
standing
moved
up.
from eating hose yet?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's bizarre. And I'm running on a default UI, so I have no UI mods. That's fascinating. Alright then. You know, I thought that looked weird before. And I just kind of was like, meh, okay. I thought I was seeing things, because, you know, my vision's not the greatest. And my stigmatism's really bad in my one eye. Oh, and now it went from 261 to 259. Okay. Well, I guess it caught up, but okay. Oh, sure. All right then. That's how you want to be. Next victim. Could this be our last victim? I don't know.
I don't have it, right?
I don't know if this is gonna be the last one. Nope. And now it's something about 260, like that round number. It doesn't. It's interesting. Very interesting. Jesus, our home latency is up to 94. What? It's been increasing this whole time. Like when we first started it was around 50 when we were in
I'm out of range.
when we were in Tiergard. It shouldn't really necessarily be a peak login time. Oh, something interrupted that, and I don't think it was me. I thought that looked like it had interrupted before I actually hit kick.
I need to target something first.
Alright. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't... oh no, that's right. We want to go off of the other number. So 8, 9, maybe like 13. I don't... This might just ding us, or we might be just shy. I don't know how this is gonna go. We will see. My quick math is probably not right. So this could very well ding us. Nope, we are just shy. I didn't trust my math there. How much are we shy by? Are you kidding me?
What?
We're shy by 3 experience points? Really? We're at 353,407 and we need to get to 353,410. Really? 3 effing experience points. Alright then. Anything to drag it out, right? How? How did we... 3? Really? Alright. That doesn't
It's too far away.
seem quite... Alright. Sure. 3 experience points. My goodness. Alright then. You say so. And there it is. Yay! Another one in the books. My god, that took fucking ever. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get our slash played. Let's hearth the hell out of here. My goodness. Thanks, Tiber. Oh, that was a rough class. Oh. Did not enjoy that whatsoever. Let's see. For some reason, my hat is not good enough, right? Good enough. My goodness. So, WoW. Challenges. Bloodthirsty. Oh, it was brutal. I did not enjoy Rogue whatsoever as a Bloodthirsty. I mean, I know they have their finer points for Iron Man, but they're just so damn squishy, even with the green gear. You really had to watch what you were going after. It was tough. So our overall slash played was 12 days, 11 hours. We'll see what level he had hit 10 at in just a second. Or what year, because he's been around for quite some time. 30 minutes and 22 seconds. Alright, his overall total kills up to this level. 18,000. 816. So far cry from that paladin, but oh, but still. Oh, I didn't want to close that. All right. So there's that. So this one reached level 10 back in 2016. So he's been around for a hot minute. Most definitely. And then there was level squish, of course. Because he was in Northrend. At one point. What level was Northrend? Northrend 70? No. Yes. No. Outlands was 60. No. Northrend was 80? Yeah, like I said, he's been around, he's sat for a good while. He really did. Because I had leveled a bunch, or I'd started a bunch, and then, as it was taking more time to work on leveling them, See, like, from level 10 to level 20 took, let's see. Actually, that didn't take that long. So, December of 2016, and that was February of 2017. So, that's not so bad. And then 30 was May of 2017. July of 20. So, he was doing a lot of leveling in 2017, and the wheels came off the wagon here. I think this is when I had to start going out of state, because he sat for a while, and then level squishes and different X packs were coming in, and so I don't know why 45 is considered an achievement level here, but apparently it was, and that was in May of this year. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So he's been around for a hot minute. I'll have like the actual timestamp. You know what? Hold on 1 second. Bear with me here. Don't go anywhere. Let me see if I can get the bot to update. And then we'll do vendor stuff. Because the Dingbot should be working for us mods. We have a channel that that we can see in the Discord that that announces when people ding. So don't go nowhere. You can't update on the website until you've logged out to get the data to register that something has happened. So let me update that real quick. Okay, so we are still green flagged. So this one was made during Legion, apparently. So that puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Overall, this is going to be the 7th Bloodthirsty Challenger to hit max level. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th Bloodthirsty, personally. So let me see if I can get the bot to ping the ding. Okay. So, are we ready? So the time on the bot. Level 10 was reached, like as we saw on the character summary, 12/15 of 2016. And we've hit, oh shit, really? We hit max level 9/15 of 2021. So the 15th. This character likes the 15th of the month. That's fascinating. And didn't even register to me that today was the 15th. And so real world timestamp on this one, from the time they hit level 10 to the time that they hit level 60, was 1,735 days, 43 minutes, and 59 seconds. So, they're a bit long in the tooth there.
I hope some of these can be of use.
They're not my oldest challenger, though. They're not. My oldest challenger is my paladin, that was created back in Warlords of Draenor, who has spent all kinds of time just sitting around being lazy. And eating the free food in the class halls, I guess. Alright, so, let's do the traditional vendor trash first. So we'll do that. Okay.
Farewell.
Now, I did have to repair him a little while ago. I didn't even notice what my repair bill was when I hit it.
Please,
So that's
take your time.
428 gold off of the vendor trash. I did replace a cape this level, which was fascinating. And let's do the rest of the greens. Let's close that. That's annoying. Alright, so greens bring us to
I'll have more next time.
an additional 302. So what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 730? 8, 9, 10. Yeah, say 730.
Need sustenance?
and then-
Bandages? A wet cloth?
But you don't sell cloth. Why are you asking if I want cloth? You're a strange little owl thing. And the meat market has pretty much tanked on my auction house, so I'm just gonna end up vendoring this shit. I mean, I guess I should send it to my main, but then I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna get around to working on her, so we're just gonna vendor it. And I'm probably gonna vendor most of this. Not all, but most. And those two I'll send out. So,
Until we meet again.
so it was another 126 between the meat and the extra food, so it's been a wild ride on this one, and I don't want to do it again. Not from level 1, that's for sure. So this one has definitely earned a bit of a vacation. I don't care if you guys see my bank alt. I really don't. I'm going to send most of that money out, because this character is probably not going to need that much of it. So my goodness, it's been a long road on this little guy, hasn't it? As he's blending into the background. Yeah, so my goodness. So next week for Bloodthirsty. Actually, next week for Challengers. We have some things to talk about here for a moment. So Harvest Festival is going to begin on Friday. That will run until the 24th. I will try to have the write-up done and posted by late afternoon on Friday. I don't know if anything has changed with level squish. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in when I go to do the article, and if Wowhead posts it early enough before I go to bed. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay up late enough to catch Wowhead posting the article, because sometimes they don't post it till like a few minutes before the event starts. If they post it like around 4 or 5 in the morning, then I can probably try to do something, but I don't know if we're going to need to check on anything. It really depends on how Wowhead words stuff, and if something makes me pause and be like, maybe we should check on that. But this is going to be the first Harvest Festival since level squish. If you want to do it before we get the article posted, I would scout it first with like a regular, just kind of see what's going on, what the toy looks like, and if that food's gonna give a questionable buff. I don't think it does. It hasn't in years past. I don't see them changing that now, but who the fuck knows. So I will try to get that up as fast as I can. That's not supposed to start until 10 a.m. server. So there's a good chance I will still be asleep when this goes live, so bear with me. I will try to get up as soon as I can function, which might not be till, at the earliest, maybe 1 p.m. I will try, though. We will see. because I need to get it done and posted before we do Franchise Friday with Planet Zoo. So Franchise Friday might start a little bit late this week. I will let you guys know the status of that. Everything's kind of hinging on when Wowhead posts their update and what they have to say about it. If they have to say anything about it, they may not. There's not a whole lot to Harvest Festival. It's like you go outside Ironforge, you talk to whoever is there by the table, you get a quest to go honor, at least for the Alliance side. I'm sure it's probably, you know, the same for the Horde side, except you're going probably to Orgrimmar. Is it Orgrimmar? Could be Undercity. I don't know. I've never done this on the Horde side, so you have to go to a capital city, talk to someone, get a quest, go to their tomb, wherever it may be. I know for Alliance it's Uther, which is out in Western Plague, and you know, you go pay your respects, and then you come back, you turn the quest in. I think you have to come back, I could be mistaken. And then you get like this little item that can make food for you up to a certain level. It has a cooldown on it. The food from the tables used to be really nice because in years past it didn't provide a buff. So, and you could carry a fair amount of it, so we would tell challengers to stock up on it, because I mean it would unique out at a certain number, but there was different items on the table, so you could have a little bit of stuff going for you there. We'll see if anything has changed. And then again, Sunday, is Pirates Day. That's a 24-hour thing, sort of. It starts at 10 a.m. on Sunday, and then it finishes at 10 a.m. on Monday. Oh, Brewfest does start on Monday. Okay. Oh shit. So, sorry, I'm gonna be very, very busy this weekend. So, I wouldn't touch Pirates Day. We don't normally do a write-up for it since it's a 24-hour holiday. I would just leave that for your for your non-challengers, for your normals, your mains, you know. Because who knows what the hell could happen in Booty Bay. Just, there's some kind of toy that you can get, I think, that can put a pirate flag or something on you. I would just do that on a non-challenger just to be safe. And then Monday we start Brewfest. Brewfest article will be posted sometime Monday. I hope to have it up like early Monday morning. That's probably not going to be the case. Again, it depends on when Wowhead posts their update. So, we will see. But it will be up at some point on Monday. And again, so you guys are aware, even though we're not tracking all of the challenges, those that we can't track right now, we're still going to put the guidelines up for those challenges in regards to holidays, so that if you're doing it on the side as a personal challenge, you have something to follow of what you can and can't do. And you never know, we might be able to bring those back up to tracking status, and if we can, and we can add you from what level you're at, which I don't know, don't quote me on that. That's a big question mark if we're able to get the tracking back up on those. You know, at least you'll know that you've followed the rules for the holiday. Now Brewfest is going to run from the 20th through the 30th. It will wrap up early. Oh no, excuse me. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It ends on October 6th. Excuse me. I stand corrected. I didn't see the banner because Darkmoon Fair was covering it up. So, so yeah, that'll be what? 2 weeks, roughly, of beating rams with a belt and eating apples, I guess. So I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking the plan for next week is. So next Wednesday we'll have the monk. We'll get that holy priest to 50. We'll get the mage to 56, hopefully, fingers crossed. And I think we'll bring in the druid. They're the the Death Knight is. Oh, would you guys like to see the Death Knight? The Death Knight, I believe, is 29. The druid is 28. We can bring in the Death Knight. Let's do that. Let's bring in the Death Knight, next Wednesday. And then the following week, we will bring in the druid when we have to sit the priest, because we're going to be holding the priest for the mall skip testing. So she'll be sitting on the sidelines for a little bit. I have to hold on to her for testing for Lita. That sounds like a plan. And then next Wednesday, we'll also dust off Iron Nisey, and she can go do her Harvest Festival quest. Excuse me. And then pop into Brewfest, and we'll take a look at what the XP looks like on the holiday. I'm sure all of you will already have done it on Monday, but I probably won't be venturing into that until Wednesday because I'm going to be very busy because I've got things, and this is my busy season for WoW challenges. I have to do all of the things, so we've got all kinds of holiday nonsense going on, so I've gotta get to looking at past articles, and hopefully they've survived the multiple website moves and I won't have to do too much to them, but that would certainly save me some time, but we'll see. So yeah, I mean, and then we're rolling right into Dark Moon Fair at the end of Brewfest, and then we have, what, a full week from when Brewfest ends. So Brewfest is going to end on the 6th. And then we have a week of nothing. Well, I mean, we have the Great Gnome Race the weekend that Brewfest ends. But then we have a full week of nothing that really pertains to Challengers. And then the following week, we hop into Hollow's End. And then we have Day of the Dead. And then we have another Dark Moon. Oh, ooh. Okay, so guys, watch Dark Moon Fair. Rolling out of October and into November. You might have to wait until it clicks over into November. There might be the weird quest thing that happened the other time where they overlapped the start and finish in the same month. Keep that in mind, okay? Because there was a couple days there where a Dark Moon Fair started the same month it ended, and people had gone there and there weren't any quests available, and they were really confused about, well, what is happening? Why aren't any of the quests up? And then when the month clicked over during Dark Moon Fair week, then the quests showed up. I don't know if that was a bug. I don't know if it's going to happen again when in October into November, but do keep that in the back of your mind. I'm sure I'll try to remember to do a reminder about that, but don't panic right away. Wait and see what happens when things click over into November and see if the quests become available then, or they may have fixed it. It could have been just a weirdness, and maybe they saw it because people were like, oh, what the fuck. They could have fixed it. We'll see. We'll have to see what happens with that. But, yeah, so Hollow Ends is going to be on October 18th, and that is going to run through the 31st. And then we have Day of the Dead, which is... this really isn't... I mean, I think we do a thing where a challenger could go and do it. I don't know if I really would, to be perfectly honest. There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, you might be better off just doing that with a regular character, because I don't really think there's a whole lot that you can do anyway. But, you know, that is a thing. And then we pop, I mean, that's a one-day thing. We don't really do anything for the micro-holidays, unless they're a definite no. I don't even know what Moonkin Festival entails, so when in doubt, just don't take your challengers to it. And then we pop into the WoW anniversary. Wow, that's okay. Oh no, we're good. I thought we were in December. We're still in November. Then the WoW anniversary starts on November 15th, 17th anniversary, and that goes through does that go through? That goes to 12/6. So it'll be, oh, okay, it goes to here. So it goes to December 6th. So we've got a lot going on. And then we have Pilgrim's Bounty in the middle of it. So and then we roll right out of the anniversary and we fall into Winter's Veil on the 16th. So yeah, it's a busy couple of months. And me trying to remember to post things. So if you guys see that an article didn't get posted, you may want to poke me on Twitter or on Discord and be like, hey, did you forget about X? My mind has been really scattered lately. I'm not even going to pretend it's not. So, yeah. I could be in the middle of working on it, or I could be like, oh, fuck, that was today. So, anything is possible with me. I try to keep on top of when that stuff's going to be happening, but we went through like a month or two where I didn't have to worry about anything. So my brain kind of went, oh, okay, we're fine. So now we're back into the season where I have to pay attention. So gotta keep checking in on the in-game calendar. But yeah, so next week. Oh, thanks, Timer. I try. I mean, I know it's not always the greatest, and sometimes mistakes are made, or, you know, I miss something, but I do try. It is a lot when you have to go through each challenge and be like, okay, what can this challenge do? What can that challenge do? And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sitting there looking at the challenge rules, and I'm looking at the overview, and I'm like, okay, that's a problem, that's not a problem, because, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to go through, especially like Hollow's End and Pilgrim's Bounty. There's a lot going on there. I'm not even gonna bother doing Classic anymore because we can't track anything in Classic. So you know, I don't have time to do the overview of holidays in Classic because they behave differently than they do in retail, a little bit. You know, if you're unsure and you're doing something in Classic and you want to try to stay close to the rules as possible, you can feel free to message me and I can try to take a look and be like, would that be a problem? Would that not be a problem? But the holidays are a little bit different in Classic because I don't think they were tracked the same as they are here in retail. So, I don't know. That's a big question mark. I think I tried to do Winter Veil for Classic, and, because there weren't that many holidays that they were doing in Classic compared to retail. But, yeah, I'm just not, because now we have Burning Crusade Classic, and then Classic, and I'm like, I don't have time to do a breakdown on each individual thing. I don't. My head spins enough with just retail. Oh my god, I would be like, I would never leave Wowhead if that was the case. But, yeah, so it's gonna be busy. And, so just bear with me. I try to get the shit up as soon as I physically possibly can. But, you know, sometimes we do have to test stuff. So, sometimes we're looking to see if things have changed. So, by the time I get up and I'm going through what Wowhead's posted, and if I do see a change, I'm like, oh, hey, do you guys think this is a problem in mod chat? And then Fair will usually hop in, and Zaya, and sometimes the fleet is available. You know, we'll be popping in and taking a look at things and stuff to see what our perspective takes are on it, and if things seem pretty even across the board, then we'll make a decision that way. But there are reasons sometimes as to why the stuff gets posted a little bit later in the afternoon, but we do try to make sure that the post happens the day the event starts at some point. So there are reasons, aside from me not being on the same sleep schedule as a lot of people are, outside of that. So I do try to get them up as soon as we can, but sometimes there's questions about, oh, is this a problem? So, you know. We do try to make sure everything's in order. But yeah, so next Wednesday we'll do the iron. we'll bring her back out. She'll go do her Harvest Festival quest, and she'll go look at Brewfest. We'll bring out the monk. The priest will get to 50, hopefully, and the mage will get to 55, hopefully, and we'll bring in the Death Knight. Now, there's no write-ups for Death Knights, Demon Hunters, or Allied Races, because they don't start at level 1, and that is fine, but that is on my list of classes to get through. So, you know, that's going to be the plan for next week, because, I mean, we're going to have to work on her eventually anyway, and she's, I think, higher than the druid, and then the following week, when we have to sit the priest, then we'll bring in the druid then. So tomorrow, we're looking at Minecraft. I do have to change the schedule here on Twitch, because I think it still says Stardew Valley. So we need to adjust that. We need to change that to Minecraft, because I'm having fun screwing around in Minecraft right now, and that's what I want to do on Thursdays for the time being. And then again, Friday we'll still be doing Franchise Friday. However, we might be starting a little bit later in the afternoon. But we'll get that sorted. Saturday is the WoW Challenges podcast. I'm going to be co-hosting with Lita. We're going to have Tiber and Dave on. This is going to be so much fun. I am so excited to hear these things. I think I've thought of another question to stick in the notes that I can slip in there later tonight. We'll see if I can figure out a way to word it. We'll pop that in. I already popped in one question. Lita popped in another. I haven't looked at it since Sunday, but we'll see what we can do there. That is going to be so much fun. And then Sunday we're going to have the art stream. Yeah, so that's we've got a really solidly booked weekend here. So no streams on Saturday from me directly, because then I'll be doing show stuff behind the scenes and posting all of the things and scheduling all of the things for the show stuff on Saturday night, because I do help Lita on after the show, help mush everything together and get it to where it needs to go. So thanks you guys for hanging out with me this afternoon. We got the rogue to 60. Yay! We can put him away. We can put him on vacation mode and not think about him again for quite some time. For which my nerves will be very, very happy about, because oof. He was a rough one. So that was fun. And I hope your weeks have been going well. I hope the rest of your week goes okay. All of the hype and excitement for the podcast this weekend, and all of the things. So I hope that you guys will join me for Minecraft tomorrow, just to kind of chill, and we're gonna start planning out how tall our outer gate is going to be, and we're gonna start to put our walkway, at least the beginning of it, into the city under the gate in place. And I will show you the mess that is now the village, because I've had to expand a house to put more beds in it, to try to get them to make more villagers. But that's gonna all get moved around and everything anyway in the end. Anyhow. And so yeah. So thanks you guys. I appreciate the likes, the retweets, and all of that. Don't forget we archive the live streams over on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is NiseyBGN. The YouTube channel is not yet monetized. I still have to get quite a lot of requirements checked before we can get monetized on YouTube, and holy shit, I think we need like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and we are nowhere near that. We're like at 130 subscribers over on the YouTube channel, and I think we're at like 25 watch hours or something. We've got a ways to go. So if we could give the YouTube channel a little love, that would be fantastic. You can follow me on Twitter at NiseyBGN. We try to keep the name the same across everything. It makes life a lot easier, and a lot easier to know, hey, that's so-and-so, if they have the same name across all of the platforms, if possible. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Red, thanks for the donation. I do greatly appreciate that. There is a Kofi page that you can go to where I keep a small gallery of my art stuff that is for sale and stuff that's not for sale. And I think you can follow that through the link on the screen, maybe, or it's probably in the description somewhere. I think there's a direct link from the YouTube channel in the video descriptions of at least the recent stuff. Or there might be a link to it on my Twitter as well. I don't remember. There might be. But yeah, so you guys have a great night. Take care of yourselves. And until tomorrow, have a good one.